just to try and evoke a bit what ordination means. So people come along to a Buddhist centre. They come for all sorts of different reasons. Maybe they're curious about Buddhism, maybe they're looking for meaning in their life, maybe they want to learn to meditate. All sorts of reasons people come along. And there's this very important principle that everyone is welcome and everyone can just be here at the level of commitment they want to be at. Yeah? You can just come along and you can try things and you can test things out and you can ask whatever questions you want. Yeah? But, you know, eventually after a while, people might be really sort of connecting to the teachings, connecting to the practices, connecting to the community, and they want to get more involved. So part of what we offer in Triratna is a path of commitment, a way of gradually committing yourself more and more deeply to the three jewels. Yeah. So both those things are really important, but people can take their time, do it in their own time, just be who they are, be at the stage they want to be, not be pressured in any kind of way, and that there's a kind of clear path of commitment and engagement. Yeah, because yeah, if you want to move towards enlightenment, it requires commitment. Yeah, you can't get enlightened half-heartedly. It's a completely full-blooded, full-hearted thing. It requires determination. It requires dedication. It requires conviction and commitment. Yeah. So we offer a path for people to sort of work that out for themselves and move towards that for themselves in their own time, in their own way, as it were. Yeah. So one stage on that path is people becoming what's called a mitra. So maybe after people have been around for a year or 2 or 3 years, they become a mitra. And they're saying they're a Buddhist, they're saying they want to practice within this community, they're saying they really want to try and meditate every day, practice the precepts, study the Dharma, really sort of start to bring Buddhism into their lives. Yeah, that's a very, very important stage for many people, and it's a stage where some people that's where they stay. That's how they want to express their commitment. That's how they want to practice in this community, and that's really, really good for people. But other people want to commit even a stage further. Yeah, so that's where ordination and ordination training come in. Yeah. So it's a bit like when you become a mitra, you're saying, yes, I really love what's going on here, and I want Buddhism in my life. I want the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha in my life. Ordination, it's a bit like you're saying, I want to put my life around those three jewels. I want to put my life around Buddhism, as it were. Yeah, those ideals, those commitments become really the sort of central thing in your life, and you're working out. You're really sort of orientating yourself towards the Buddha, towards the ideal of enlightenment, towards the Dharma, the truth, the teachings, the path, the practices, and towards creating Sangha, towards creating real friendship and spiritual community. You really want that to be what your life is about. That's what has meaning, that's what has beauty, that's what you really want in your life. Yeah. So that's what ordination is. It's putting those things really, really centrally in your life, and dedicating yourself to them, committing to those things. Yeah. So in Triratna, our ordination, we say it's not monastic, nor is it lay. Yeah. We have this little aphorism: commitment primary, lifestyle secondary. So you're not committing to living it out in a particular lifestyle. There's order members living a whole range of different lifestyles, but they've made the same commitment to put these ideals at the centre of their lives. Yeah, that's what's central. That's what they're really trying to live out and express through whatever it is they're doing in their lives. Yeah. That's what ordination is, and then There's a whole process of training for ordination. So they've been training for some years. It's very, very serious. It's quite a thing they've been working towards for some time. And the local order members support them and help them, maybe challenge them sometimes and say, what about this, and how about you work on this. There's quite a kind of rigorous process of training and preparation. But now, with both of them, the order is really confident and happy that they're ready. They're ready to take this step. Yeah. And we sometimes talk about that in terms of effective going for refuge. So going for refuge is this orientation of your life, this movement towards those ideals, this movement towards Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. And the ordination is at the point where that's being witnessed as effective. They're effectively going for refuge. Yeah. So, what happens at ordination is there's what's called a private ordination ceremony, where the private preceptor witnesses that. So there's quite a lot of this language of witnessing. The private preceptor is saying, who's someone who's been going for refuge for a long time, is saying, yes, I see what you're doing, I see you, and you're going for refuge. That's it. If you just carry on doing that, you're doing the right thing. That's it. Keep going. Yeah? There's a kind of witnessing in that kind of way. Yeah? That's the private ordination. And then there's what's called a public ordination ceremony a few days later. So the private ordination ceremony is just the private preceptor and the person being ordained. The public is everybody, all the people being ordained, all the different preceptors and so on. And that's where in a way, you join the order. You join this particular spiritual community. A particular spiritual community that's practicing a particular Dharma. Yeah? And at that point, again, there's a kind of witnessing going on. There's a kind of witnessing that you're ready to take that step. You're ready to be an effective member of the spiritual community. And you're committing to do what you can to help make it a real spiritual community, to make it a real, genuine, sincere, effective spiritual community. So in a way, to put it in very idealistic terms, you're committing to make the order into the 1,000 armed Avalokiteshvara. Yeah? This symbol of compassionate action in the world. Yeah? Of course, we don't live up to that. We have moments where we touch on it, I think, but that's the ideal. That's what we're committing to ourselves, is to do what we can to be part of this community, so that it really can be Avalokiteshvara, a force for wisdom and compassion in the world. Yeah, and that's what happens. That's what you commit to in the public ordination ceremony.